Assalamu alaikum. Hey guys, I'm back and welcome all of you to my new video tutorial. Uh, this is once again another video tutorial on Google Earth Engine. In last video tutorial, I have showed the process of supervised classification in Google Earth Engine, and the study area I have taken was Everglade, a dynamic wetland system area in Florida, USA. Today, I'm going to show you how you can export your classified image either into your Google Earth image, Google Earth asset, or into your Google Drive. So, this is very important because uh, if you have successfully written your code and you've got that classified image. However, if you don't know how to export this image into your desired directory, all of your hard work are going to be vain or meaningless. That's why I have come up with this video tutorial. I hope from this video tutorial, all of you are going to be benefited to some extent. So without further delay, let's just jump into our tutorial. So for first part, I'm gonna show you how to export your image to your Google Drive. So to do so, first we have to call upon a function and then method. The function is called export, and it's followed by a method called image, and then another function or like keyword we have to use for Google Drive directory to drive and start first bracket. Inside the first bracket, we're gonna specify some parameters for image to be exported with particular properties, like where are the image going to be deposited, your directory, what would be the max pixel for that exported image, what are the scale that this image is going to be exported on, and some other parameters that we have to specify. The more parameters you will take, the longer time it takes for Google Earth Engine to export your image. So the first parameter, I'm gonna take the image, classified image, which is mandatory. So I'm gonna start a second bracket because I have to take several parameters. The first parameter is called image. Its colon should be followed by, and our image parameter should be assigned to classified. Could you remember that this was the last output we have got as the classified image in our last tutorial. So I have that inserted just. Okay, the second parameter or variable we're gonna assign is description. This is a string value, as well as I am not allowed to use any space. Rather than I should use underscore. Okay, then we're gonna specify is the folder name where I'm gonna deposit or preserve my output image to Google Drive. So let's call it, the folder name is, let's call the folder name is um, supervised classification Everglades. Okay, this is also a string, so I should enclose with the inverted comma. Okay, so the fourth variable we're gonna use is file name prefix. Let's name it file name prefix. Remember, you should write this way exactly I am writing, because it is predefined as a variable in Google Earth Engine. If you misspell, GE is not gonna detect it. It shows an error. So be careful you don't misspell. Let's call it, the file name is image output. It's also a string value, and it does not allow you to use any space, so I have used the underscore rather than. So output I misspell. Okay, now we have three more variables to assign, to specify. One is the scale. The resolution of Landsat is 30 meter, so I have specified that. And one more thing I would specify is skip empty tiles. It's true. What is this? Let me interpret it. Okay, skip empty tiles. It is responsible for whether your image has any empty tiles, or like any tiles which has been masked. I mean, does not contain any image information, any pixel. So I have just specified that it's true. What does it mean? It means that it will ignore the tiles which has no image information, and it's a Boolean value. In default, Google Earth Engine does accepts as false, but I have specified that skip empty tiles should be true. I mean, it will avoid images that has no pixel. The last one is max pixels. It is default 1 into 10 to the power 8, but if you go up a little bit to visualize your image in a better resolution, just specify it 1 into 10 to the power 13. It's very commonly used in image exporting to Google Drive, either or in your assets. Now we have done, we're gonna close our function. Okay, now if I run the code, let's see what happens. Look, the task tab and the console tab turns to yellowish. It means that the export code has been executed, and now Google Earth Engine is ready to export. So I have to go to task and look LULC Everglades. The name here, unsubmitted task, will be shown as the name given in a description section. I mean LULC Everglades. Whatever name you insert here, that name will transferred as the unsubmitted task. I mean this name LULC Everglades. Now if I go to run, and here all the information are given very clearly. The drive I am going to export in, the name is supervised classification Everglades. This drive has not been created yet. However, once you run the code as export, Google Earth Engine will automatically create a folder called supervised classification Everglades. And under that folder, there will be a file called image output. Over there, you will get your image as the output in file format called GeoTIFF. So let's run the code. And look here, the downloading process has started. Once it's finished, it will be deposited to your desired folder and with a file name. So it takes time. It says that less than 1 minute. If you have better internet connection, and if you are working with a good PC, that means the capacity is up to date, then it won't take that much time. Otherwise it does take some time. So once finished, you will go to your Google Drive and will get the folder open. Then you can see that this image called classified with the file name image output will be deposited there. Okay, for me, the code has been run successfully, and the runtime to download or to export this classified image into my Google Drive has also been finished. So look at this. It just took 2 minutes to export that image to my Google Drive. Right now, if I go to the Google Drive directory, under here we can see that this is the drive name we have specified in our code. Look, folder name supervised classification. This is the drive name. If I go inside and expand this, look, this is the file name image output. We have also specified here file name prefix. So that's how you can get your Google Drive, your image to your Google Drive, and it's very easy. And from here, if you wanna process your image either into QGIS or ArcGIS, that also be possible. You will just download it as zip file and unzip it, and then you will start working there. So this is a cool idea. It saves time. You can use it definitely. Okay, now I'm turning to Google Earth Engine Asset. Asset is a very cool and useful platform. It's associated with a Google Cloud project, which renders a lot of functions. Basically, you can preserve your exported image, table, etc. And also you can upload it from your device. So before starting writing the code for asset exporting, I need to comment out the drive, export to image to drive section code. So for that, we all know that how to comment out the code in Google Earth Engine. You know this thing. Now this portion of the code won't be executed. So the first part to use export to asset is the same thing exactly. I'm gonna copy and paste here the same function. I'll be using export.image.toDrive. Instead of drive, I'll be using asset here. So asset, and start first bracket, another second bracket, and then come down. Okay, the first parameter, same image colon, and our first parameter is the same as it was used in to drive. Okay, now the second parameter is the description. That's also the same. Let me just copy and paste here so that it saves our time. Okay, the third parameter I'm gonna use is called asset ID, which is basically the folder name under my directory here. It's the user iHassan 2020. Under this directory, the exported image will be preserved. So let's name it asset ID first. Asset. Bear in mind that how I write, you should follow the same capitalize, lowercase or uppercase in later. So let's call the folder like Everglades to asset, Everglades to asset, and the fourth argument or parameter is the region. Region is a type of parameter which defines the geometry of the study area. So our study area here is this geometry. Shape file I used called Everglade. So let me just copy and paste here. Okay, now I should also specify the scale that I used previously, 30-meter resolution, which I also want for this case, and max pixels, that is also the same like this one. So I could have copied and pasted. Okay, it seems that I'm almost done. Let's just close the second bracket and first bracket and semicolon, ending the code. So before running the code, let me just revise once again whether I have made any blunder. Export.see image classification description. Okay, it looks fine for me. If it is so, let's hit the run button and see whether the code gets run successfully. I think our code gets run successfully. Okay, this time I name LULC Everglades the same. I can change the name as well, like LAN cover. So the name should be changed automatically in description, and unsubmitted task will be the same as land cover Everglades. So let's rerun the code. Okay, see, the name changed as I changed the description. So now let's go to the run, and task name, let's leave it as it is. Everything looks fine, and this name I should look for after the image being downloaded into the assets. So if I run the code, it takes time, but eventually I could see this folder under this name, under this legacy assets. My image should be deposited. Okay, I could see that this downloading process and depositing to Earth Engine asset has been completed. Overall, it took just 5 minutes to render the output. Now I have to look for this asset ID in my asset legacy, Everglades to asset. Let's look for that where it is. Yeah, it's in front of me, just Everglades asset. If I just go inside, it shows the image, classified image, which we got by coding supervised machine learning classification algorithm. This image has also some metadata property. If we just click this band tab, it shows all the default metadata information attached to this image. Index I did not specify, so automatically the index is started with 0. It's the convention, if you don't specify the index with 1, in almost every programming language the index starts with 0. So the name, classification, type, sign, integer 32, dimension, and CRS. This part is very important. It's basically the coordinate reference system, and EPSG, European Petroleum Survey Group. This is the lat and long code for 326. It varies from regions to regions, and the nominal scale we set that 30-meter resolution. So these are the default metadata appended with this image. So you can get more if you just add some more codes to this export image. So before wrapping up this video, let me just summarize what I have tried to display in this video. Is that first, I have tried to demonstrate how to export your image to your Google Drive, and then I have also shown that you can download or you can preserve your image into your Earth Engine asset. So these are two methods where you can use or you can choose any of them to preserve your image based on your requirement. For example, if you want to use your code on the fly situation, then Earth Engine asset would be better one to serve your problem, your issues. However, if you want to process your image finally, then export it to your Google Drive. From there, you can just work on it in either ArcGIS or QGIS to finally get your image processed. So that's all for the time being. I hope you guys have liked my video. If you have, please do subscribe to my channel. I'll come up with another new video. Till then, bye bye. Allah Hafiz.